family violence, IPV, which is partner, which is intimate partner violence. Here, I'm more interested in the IPV, which is intimate partner violence, which means the violence between a husband and a wife, because domestic violence involves a lot, as you people have seen. It can involve kids. It doesn't involve pets in the house, cats and dogs, and it also involves relatives. You know, it involves relatives. But here, I'm going to focus only on wife and husband. We've got domestic violence is a physical violence, as one of you have said. Slapping, punching. I'm not talking here that a man punches a woman. Normally it is like that, but a woman can also punch a man. A woman can, it is mutual. And we've got sexual violence. We've got sexual violence, which is forced sex or coerced sex or denial of sex for a purpose. All this amount to domestic violence. I know in our culture we don't talk about sex because we think it's taboo, but it is one of the areas that is a bit tricky, and we tend to fall into these traps, and we don't see it like it's a problem, but it's a big problem, because the sexual part of domestic violence is really a big problem. We've got psychological violence that the man talked about, which is insulting, insults, belittling, and then bullying. We've got threats, and all this amounts into domestic violence. You treat somebody not like a partner, not like if she or he is not worthy. That's a violence. That is a violence. We've got control. We've got control here, and it's one of the big ones that we know, but we tend to minimize it. A husband or a woman may decide. To control the other. Say, don't talk to Lawrence. Don't talk to this guy. Don't talk to Lawrence, because she or he doesn't want Lawrence. Don't talk to your family. Don't visit friends. Don't go anywhere. Just stay in the house. And that is domestic violence. We normally don't think that it is not a problem, but it's really a big problem. You stop somebody not to go anywhere, just to stay in the house, whether it's a man or a woman. A woman can decide that her husband should not interact with the community. The husband should not interact with some other people. And we found that is a big problem. Financial violence. We touch with the time here that people are sending money to Africa. Sending money abroad has been a big problem in our families. A woman sends money to Africa, her husband is sending this way, the woman is sending that way. They don't talk to each other, and that one has brought a lot of problems in the families. Sending money, sometimes I've heard of there is actually two researches that are done in Australia with domestic violence. I think one is in Melbourne and the other one in South Australia. and women pointed that men would take their money and send it to another woman in Africa. Or men take their money and send it to their kids in Africa. And that one is a problem. And that one is a research that is done in Adelaide. You get a partner building something, building houses in Africa without telling the other. And then the other will just come and notice that your partner is building a house in Africa. And that one, I know it has brought a lot of problems in many families. And that is a kind of domestic violence. Now we've seen what is domestic violence. We've seen